So we did go up to 2 Redains in the sideboard, and we do have two interventions instead of 2 disenchants, which are both good for this matchup, I guess. Alright. What does this dude have in terms of giant killer targets? Yorion, Polychronos, Burning Rune Demon. Okay. But I think we just play it out as a creature, right? Turn 1. How does he remove a Hallowblade? Obviously, it has some big creatures that can kind of like perma block it, but. So, Doom Foretold, 3 ECD. Doom Foretold and ECD? Okay. And it's 3 Heartless Act, 1 Eliminate. Oh yeah, yes, ECD cannot target Seasoned Hallowblade. That's true. So if opponent taps out here, I think we actually... If they tap out next turn, I think we actually put the counter on the first counter on the Aspirant with 3 Heartless Act to 1 Eliminate. If they tap out. If they don't tap out, then it's kind of pointless, right? Because they can just, they'll just kill the Aspirant. I think with no mana spent, we just play another Hallowblade. Okay, so we put them to 11 or 10. If we pump Hallowblade, they go to 11. We pump it again next turn. That's 5 plus the Maul, 7. Yeah, that makes no difference. So I will play around the Heartless Axe here. Alright, so we can equip 1 Hallowblade. Or we can tap and get in for 6. We could also just attack with both Hallow Blades, put them to 8, hold up the Giant Killer, tap. Don't think that's worth it. I could just like attack into that, right? Deal 3 damage, discard 1, and then we can Giant Killer on their end step, tap this Yorion, and we've also got an untap next turn. But that actually doesn't achieve anything because they're on 8 and we'd be swinging for a 6, right? This binding should be going away now, hopefully. Blessing, come on. Just dead? How is he just dead? Does this 1 red black mana do anything? No. Why not tap and maul? I've only got 4 mana, dude. What do you mean tap and maul? Oh yeah, first strike. Fuck's sake, dude. Okay. Small mistake. Alright, that's awkward. Let me take a second, guys. That's honestly not the first time I've ever done that, by the way. In fact, I think I did that like 2 days ago as well. I don't even know if it's worth protecting this Hallowblade. The other one. Because at this point, the only way that can die is to... Or, well, I mean, it actually can't die. Kaya can exile it. And then it's just a bunch of ways to tap it, right? Or creatures to block it now. Yeah. I fucked this turn up. I lost a Hallowblade I didn't need to lose, but I'm not gonna double dip on my mistake though. That is a scam. If I protect that other Hallowblade, then we go down to what, like 3 cards including our draw step next turn. It starts to become much more likely that this important Hallowblade can die, right? Removing the maul, playing a blocker is not enough for them. Okay. That's a bit weird. They must have something else, right? Because they could have just used that to buy a full turn. Dude, I can't believe I've played them all. I can't believe I forgot it has first strike. What so fucking dumb. Put the chosen card into your hand. Okay. So we're playing either the Aspirin or the other Maul. I think it's the Aspirant, right? First strike, by the way. I actually learned what my own cards do in the space of one turn, guys. The speed at which this man learns to read his own cards. Kind of interesting game, huh?
This is great banter. It really is.
I mean, this Doom Foretold is not doing anything. The Hallowblade just kills them at this point, even without the Maul, so... Okay. I mean, that plus Doom Foretold is still not enough. Oh, you can't cast any more spells now, right? So they're just dead. Alright, Arena. Arena, please. Please accept my sacrifice of them all. Jesus. I wonder if one Lantern is actually worth it against Eerie Ultimatum. Because I think he has 2 copies, right? It's so dead apart from that, though. There's also Polychronos. There's a Cling in the sideboard. Cling might come in, but I doubt it. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can justify a Lantern here. We want Redain. We want our interventions. We want Basri. I could see like one A Crow in War. I could see one Lantern. I could perfectly happily see 0 of both. Doggo is filthier. We want 2 Giant Killers probably. There's actually a ton of targets for Bone Daddy as well. 3 Valky. I think I will actually not play the Lantern. But one Lantern against 2 ultimatums is not terrible though. Because not only can it brick the ultimatum, but we also get a long time to find it, right? They can't cast their spell until they've got 7 mana. It might be correct, man. Maybe I should have 1 Lantern. So we play Doggo or we boast. I don't mind just boasting, man. Doggo Protect Usher is not even that great a use of the Doggo anyway. Two mana 1/1. I mean, 2 mana 1/1 is not efficient, but it's pretty good when it comes at the cost of 0 cards. Redain's not awful. So like Binding, Doom for Toll, these cards are all turned off. Opponent's basically going to cast a creature or a removal spell. Like a cheap removal spell, both of those are fine for us. And now we get to get Doggo into play to protect Redain, huh? That's pretty gas. Gotta say, rather dog here. We need a removal spell, man. So with an untapped land, opponent can fetch and play Yorion next turn. I don't think we want to re-equip here. Need scouts? I mean, we kind of just need a giant killer, right? Giant killer would be sick card. Another maul would be really good. Obviously scouts is insane too, but there's some non-scouts cards that are pretty gas. Dude, opponent is so greedy. What? Yeah, I mean, you can't top deck 2 lands in this spot, huh? That's a problem. Redain solo? I mean, he just plays Yorion now, right? Yorion blocks the Redain. I think Yorion's pretty much at... There's Eugene Exile, everything, but... ECD can also target Redain. Those 2 land draws were a bit crucial. Again, I mean, Aspirant's the higher priority kill for him, but we may as well try and play around these 4 Heartless Acts that we know they have. I mean, if we hold this, it'll get discarded to Doom Foretold. So, I mean, the only reason to hold it really is if we can guarantee that they play Yorion next turn. I mean, it's quite likely, right? Chances are high that we just end up discarding this giant killer, but I think if we ever win, it involves killing this Yorion and then finding a way to punch through in the air somehow. But again, the most likely outcome here is we just discard our Giant Killer. But playing the Giant Killer out there just leads to a loss every time, right? Just qualifying? Or trying to, man, yeah. I could have used Aspirant on the 1-1, but he had a nice double block, right, with Acquisition Expert and the Florahedron that was there. Like I would be trading my I'll be trading not only my token for the Apparition Expert, but also my ability to dodge Heartless Act on my Aspirant, right? I think pumping the Aspirant's better. I don't mind playing the Artifact here, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Three mana 2/3 flyer does nothing except die to this. Artifact doesn't do much either, but you know. Instead of taking 5, we take 2. Not bad. Artifact is gas here. It's not gas, but it's definitely better than play a 3 mana nothing that just insta dies. 1 mana has been taxed. I don't think we can play both, like, I don't think we can play all 4 copies of Apparition and Bone Crusher. I mean, it kind of looks like Bone Crusher is better than Apparition, huh? Like, if we're making a choice between the two. Dodge is Elspeth's Nightmare as well. A Crone War? I was thinking about a Crone War, man. I don't think a Crone War is completely terrible. But also, I don't think it's better than any of the 60 cards we already have. I mean, I'd definitely be playing all the apparitions, for example, before going for an Acroan War. Alright, this aspirant can actually grow before they have mana for Heartless Act, which is kind of gas. Hold up in mana? Nah, I'm definitely playing my other aspirant. I just don't know where my pumps are going. So I think opponent has 4 Heartless Acts, 3 Eliminates. Elspeth's Nightmare would be pretty brutal here. Yeah. Okay. Such has to be a red, right? Give us access to both sides of Bone Daddy in one turn. Gotta play this turn. Okay, I mean, I don't mind the double Hallow Blade at all. Definitely play the Plains. Sanchez DR, thanks for the one man raid. Appreciate it. Tyler with Ghosts, thanks to the Prime. Orl Fane Lol, thank you for 7 months. Appreciate it, guys. So, Extinction Event gives us our Bone Daddy back, huh? That's not too bad. Are we playing the Doggo? Doggo gives us a counter here, but I mean it also gives us a counter next turn, right? I don't want to go down too many cards, so I kind of need to protect my Hallowblade, huh? Extinction? Yeah, but I mean, Extinction Event removes their Valky as well, right? So we get our Bone Crusher back. What? Okay. I mean, definitely the worst out of the 4 targets there. What? You what, lad? So there is one Cling to Dust in the sideboard for the opponent. Interesting draw, chat. We're definitely casting this, that's for sure. Alright, opponent goes to 10. Yorian's kind of annoying here, getting rid of our maul. That's not the end of the world. Yorian's a lot worse for us there because Yorian also gives them a blocker, right? We can actually attack with Dog here, because if he blocks the Dog, we get Bone Crusher back and they're just dead on board, right? I mean, I think I'm playing the Bone Crusher out here, both sides. I don't want to rush into it though. Let's kick back, chat. Let's have a think. Let's kick back and relax. So, problem cards for us are obviously the 7 mana thing. Eugene is not possible next turn because this land is tapped. Extinction Event, Bone Daddy would leave us with 2 creatures. I'm not seeing any reason to not play this Bone Crusher. I'm not seeing any reason to convince me to not play it. It doesn't stop us protecting our Hallow Blades because we've still got 2 cards here. Doomscar? Well, Doomscar, the Hallow Blades can protect themselves, the Dog can protect the Bone Crusher. So we do have lethal past a Yorian here, which is nice. We have lethal past Extinction Event. I don't think we have lethal against Ultimatum, right? Still got 2 mana though. We have lethal on board, but his 2 mana removal spells keep him alive though, if he has one of the 7. Or one of the 6 remaining ones. Do I even protect the Bone Daddy? I think so, right? So even if he has a removal spell for Bone Crusher, he can't target the Bone Crusher, right? He can target my Hallow Blade and tap it, and then block Bone Crusher and go to 1, and I've still got both my creatures. But really that's the only way he can survive here. He actually can't survive any other way. Now is not the time for lands, chat. So yeah, he has to do that, right? He has to tap my Hallow Blade, go to 1 here. Yeah, no, it actually only eliminate was enough to allow him to buy a turn, huh? And he'd already used 1, only 3 in the 95 or whatever, however many cards he plays. Earlier in the chat, I asked someone to do the math on how often we have 2 mountains and no plains in our opening hand, or 2 mountains and no white source. Someone said 0.7%, and they've just sent me a fucking email to say that they got it wrong. It's actually 2.3%, which is an enormous difference. It would be enough to make me not play the Bone Crusher Giants. I would have played fully mono white splash cards if I knew that. Actually, yikes, man. fully yikes. Easy mull? Yeah, dunno. We can make some land drops, dude. Making land drops wins games. Don't at me. Okay, 2 giant killers against Naya. Very cool.
Hello.
Very useful as well. .35%, dude. Alright, opponent's on that AFK life, so I guess I'll play a 2-mana 3-1 with no text.
This is great banter. It really is.
Cthulhu Hack. Thank you for the prime mana, I appreciate that, dudes. Alright, passage 1 time. 1 time passage. Go, passage me. Passage me, baby. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Opponent didn't play a land. Do we hold up Giant Killer or play Scouts? So opponent basically has either no lands in hand or only passages, right? I think I have to show down here, guys. Like, if they just attack and play another mammoth, right, it's just so bad, isn't it? Yeah. So the problem with holding my giant killer to be able to deal with this is that the opponent can just pass again, right? And we're just taking 3 every turn, so I can't actually force them to play that passage with my hand, because my hand is only giant killers, so it's not as if I can play something else and force that out of them. It's just kind of lined up a bit shit for us here. Like if we had a Hallow Blade or an Aspirin or Bone Crusher or something, some sort of threat that would force them into actually playing the card, then that would be cool, but... As the board state stood, I mean, the guy literally doesn't need to do anything, he can just keep attacking with the 3/3 until I draw one of those cards, right? It's too risky. Two Soul Seer, huh? Only one Vivian? Okay. We want our red caps for sure. Usher of the Fallen is honestly not that amazing against Gruul, is it? Or Naya, whatever. Let's go with something like this. Our opponent has like 2 Cleave, 2 Henge, 2 a Crone War as targets for our our thing, you know. What's our thing called, chat? We have a thing, what's it called? Intervention is what it's called. Maul into a Crow in War is not bad. They have two Giant Killers main and one sideboard. Big passage for us next turn. Also, being able to stomp this blocker is also kind of relevant for our 7/7 Mammoth. What? 3 green and a white. What? Did I see nothing? If I equip the Mammoth, we deal 9, right? Then we have Bone Crusher in hand. Obviously they can go Henge and go to 4. But if they play Henge, go to 4, we can equip the Usher again to deal 4. I think I'm supposed to equip the Mammoth, huh? So we're okay against Henge here. We're okay against a lot of stuff, honestly. Opponent can go land, Henge, Giant Killer, the Usher, but we have Dog, right? That is a weird turn, man. I guess the worst outcome for us would be Henge, Red Source, Soul Seer, the Usher. That's a way for him to not die there. But I think that's the only way he can't die. Henge, Red Source, and Soul Seer. 3-card combo. Otherwise, just the re-equip the Usher and use our Dog saves us from everything else, right? Sand's very slow, but Hallowblade, I mean, our best creature, we have ways to slow them down here. Okay, Bone Daddy is a big draw. Now, we just need some lands, man, and we've got a great hand. Is it better to fetch a mountain, right? Maximize the number of planes in our hand, in our deck, sorry. Dude, I will happily discard this shitty Usher to a Bone Daddy. This is a pathway, guys. This is a white source anyway. We need a second white. We need either that Fabled Passage to fetch a mountain, or to play this pathway as a red to turn on our Bone Crusher. And then on top of that, we need another white source. So I think it's definitely better to fetch a mountain and leave +1 planes in the deck, right? I mean, I don't know why I'm saying I think it's better. It is better. Alright, we can actually remove this dumbass mammoth this time. If you need 2 white, then fetching a white there is better. No, it's not, because I need 2 white and 1 red, right? And I prioritise the first red over the second white, so it's definitely better to go mountain there. I believe. Hallowblade is a house. Tackle and stomp. Well, I can't attack all, right? He can block my apparition. No blocks, man. Whatever, dude. Go off, son. Go off, lad. So we either stomp face or pass. It's only worth it to stomp face. I mean, I can just pass, right? Whatever, dude. If I stomp face, the only reason to stomp face would be if I'm going to play Bone Crusher next turn, but it's just so pointless. Both players holding up here is like way better for us, huh? I mean, I'm swinging for 7, he's on 14. It's pretty good. No land there is a little sad. It's a little sad. So it's either we can Apparition Mammoth, play another Usher, or pass. Hold up Bone Daddy, Intervention, Giant Killer. Having 8 power on board and a stomp in hand when the opponent's on 10 sounds kind of good. So I think I'm going to do that. Usher pass is an option. But I think I'm happy to remove this Mammoth, right? I think I would pass there if I didn't have the second Usher in hand, but having another Usher there just and putting another 4 power on board seems good. Alright, so opponent's just dead now, right? Unless he has a blocker. I think I just attack, right? seems decent. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? I mean, I'd rather he'd be dead, but we don't mind losing all of these, I guess. Okay. Stomp face. I'm still not convinced by the stomp face, man. That's the last Scald, so there's only one more Henge as well. So they don't get a counter from this Bone Daddy Stomp either, which is pretty gas, from not doing it on their turn. Which is kind of weird. So, I mean, looks like an attack all to me. Like, that counter is kind of important for them, right? I think I maybe still stomp the Innkeeper here. So this, a Crone War comes down, and we can remove it. Okay, but he needs a land to play both of these here. I mean, I'll take them all. Holding up the Hallowblade indestructible actually doesn't seem too relevant here. Because especially with the showdown triggers, it's gonna be a big problem. It's very likely that opponent's creatures are all too big for a Hallowblade anyway. Like it's very likely that saving a card and letting him keep the Crone War so that we can protect our Hallowblade, it's not going to net anything because I won't be able to attack with it next turn anyway. He needs 2 cards to play 2 cards to stop me attacking with Bone Crusher, because he has to pump this to a 5/5 and then pump something else, right? I get he needs 3 cards actually. He needs to pump this to a 5/5 and 2 other things, unless he kills the Giant Killer. Because if he just pumps this to 5, I can just tap it, right, and we can still get attacks off. I mean, playing 3 cards is not impossible, but it is quite unlikely at this stage. I think I'm supposed to pass and go for like double giant killer, right? What do we take, man? Hard choice again. You have insanely hard game here. I think it's attack takes 6-5, man. They tap down one of our guys, swing for 7 against one blocker. This is bad against cleave, but I mean, we're like there is no... There's no correct choice to beat a cleave. So if I attach a token, they have to tap the token, block with the Bone Crusher, unless they have their own Giant Killer, in which case they would go to 1 to kill the Bone Crusher, but I don't think they would do that. It's got to be the token here. I mean, they could have a Stomp, but I mean, attaching it to the Bone Crusher actually doesn't do anything, right? I mean, it's getting tapped anyway. Close game, man. Pretty goddamn close game here. I don't really know why the opponent like suicided his own Bone Crusher Giant, but I mean, we'll take it. Whew, dude, that was crazy. Holy shit. Fuck me, man. Fuck me. Guys, I cannot believe that this dude only has 33 lands. That is absurd. 28 lands, 4 Jawari Disruption, 1 Restoration. 3 main deck verdicts, by the way. Mad. Absolutely mad. Well, I mean, if opponent hits their land drops, they are just going to be drawing gas for days. Alright, Giant Killer, huh? Four Heartless Act, 2 Eliminate, 2 Nightmares. Yeah, I mean, I think we're just playing the Giant Killer out. What is it? 4 Heartless Act, 2... 4 Heartless Act, 2 Eliminate. We're gonna need to find a red source, guys. Alright, cool. So there is a possible Shadow's Verdict type of shit here, huh? I don't think we're attacking with Giant Killer here. So which one are we pumping? I'm gonna pump Aspirant. Opponent can Heartless Act or Usher here. Yeah, it is what it is. I think we really want that 1 damage in. Alright, so the opponent has... It's only Jawari Disruption that's actually counter spells. That's fine for us. Alright, opponent goes to 11. Miss a land drop? Yeah. We don't really mind a land drop, man. What I'd like to see here is like a Vorinclex, huh? Vorinclex, bounce our Giant Killer, kill it, get in for 7 would be pretty sick for us. Alright, opponent goes to 5. Rip 1 Scalds. Oh man. I think we protect this, guys. Okay, game one in the bag. Sideboard. Duress, Negate, Dispute, Coma, Gargaroth, Glimpse, Polychronos. So it's all creatures, huh? So do we want a Crone War, guys? That is the question. Do we want a Crone War? Do we want Redain? I think, I mean, with all these Gargaroths and Polychronos, Vorinclex, Beanstalk Giant. Normally I cut down to two Giant Killers against the Orion, but I mean, I think we can just keep them all. I think we want a Crone War. I think we want Basri. And Polychronos, a bunch of ultimatums. I think I can justify a Lantern here, to be honest. What about Bone Crusher? Bone Crusher's not doing too much, huh? I think I'll actually cut the Bone Crushers, keep the Mauls. Saga versus Vorinclex. I mean, he's only got two Vorinclex, but then I've got like a number of different ways to remove those. Alright. Nice little well-rounded hand here. Vorinclex hard to deal with. Man, I've got 4 Giant Killers, dude. 4 Giant Killers and 2 Shepherds to bounce them, right? That's decent. Well, looks like a white source to me. Tell you what, chat, I'll take a land off the top, please, wizards! One time, man. One time. Lando. Okay. Not the perfect land, but a land nonetheless. Definitely better than no land, but not quite as good as basic plains. We have not drawn any of our Giant Killers though, which could be a yikes. But our hand is so strong, man. It can deal with so many different problems. Except a big idiot. Not so good against a big idiot. I mean, it's okay against a decent... It's okay against a big ground unit. Not so good against a big flyer, though. I think I actually bounced the doggo here. I think we bounced the doggo, man. Alright, so it's doggo plus maul or doggo plus Basri? Does this thing kill my planeswalker as well? It does, huh? Might be a maul, guys. I think it's a maul here. Okay, they go to 12. It's not too bad. We can attack into a Gargaroth, right? 6 power with Basri buff. One damage less though. I mean, it's not about maximizing damage though. It's about getting them to 0. We could minus here and make a token. Is minus good? We're not going to be able to ult this Basri. Because I have nothing to stop them just playing Yorion and attacking them, right? So making another creature seems pretty good. They've already fetched their Yorion, right? Especially when we have a maul in play. Increasing the chances that we get to untap with a creature on board seems kind of good. Opponent chooses one of those cards. Shuffle that card into your library. You may cast the other ones. Okay. Guys, I have a lantern in my deck. I literally thought this was the... I added a lantern to play around the Abzan Ultimatum. And the Abzan and the Sultai one are different. So hopefully we don't draw our lantern. So I choose the one that doesn't get cast, huh? Shuffle that card into your library. I mean, it's not exactly great for us, guys. I'll be honest. I know we can cast a bridge, dude. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? It's a little bit annoying, chat. Can't lie to you. Alright, 3 Apparition or 3 Bone Crusher Giant? Three Apparition or 3 Bone Crusher? Alright, let's go. One Lando, huh? Well, I mulligan. Bone Crusher's a bit better in the play. I'm quite scared of those Polychronos though, man. Can't lie to you. Those Polychronos can really, like, stop me in my tracks. I would only really have Giant Killer to get past them. I know Bone Crusher's okay against Polychronos, but Apparition, like, wrecks it, right? Five damage secured. mean, just hit him for 5 3 more times, right? It's a very simple proposition. Play the giant killer or not? Does speed up our clock by a lot. It also plays around like 1 removal spell, right? Which is pretty good. Redane, huh? Well, we have to play Redane here. Second Gargaroth is a big problem. Aspirant? I mean, if I don't know. I don't think there's any way to beat 2 Gargaroths for me, right? Without drawing a giant killer. Guess with a land, Shepherd would probably be okay as well. But we're a bit fucked, guys. Can't lie. We are a bit fucked. The way it played out, like holding the giant killer would obviously have been a million times better, but we had a good reason to play it out though. Alright, GG's. I think the opponent is more likely to have a removal spell than 2 Gargaroths, right? And if they have a single removal spell, it's better for us to play the Giant Killer out. Or I mean, not necessarily 2 Gargaroths, but two big creatures there.